Hello everyone. Thought I'd try something a little bit different. Busted shoulder, so getting a little bit not agitated, just a bit antsy. Need to exercise. Anyway, thought I'd jump on and show you around the model a little bit of the Jester Enudro frame. One of the first things you'll notice is the 8 pins seat post. Been in contact with them, and I'm looking at incorporating the 8-pin seat post into my frames, which are anchored down the bottom here, but it also will allow use of a normal seat post if you want to. So that required quite a fair bit of rework of this whole area. So that's been a big mission. The rocker pivot piece has been completely redesigned. The rockers have been redesigned, but I'm actually not happy with them. I'm going to redo them again. This whole top piece is now in one piece, and you'll notice deer antlers in there. Again, I'm not really happy with that either at the moment. Some aspects about it I'm not terribly happy with. The other feature is I'm actually going to go to a slightly bigger tube in the chainstay, which will mean this will have to be remodeled. At the moment it's similar to what I've been doing already. It's got a few little tweaks to it. One of them is threaded bush pressed into that side with a pivot bolt going through. What else are we looking at? It'll be 2 positions here for 29 and for mullet, and then down the back here. One of the big changes down here is utilising this. I'm calling it a universal brake mount, but it's more the frame ends. So when the UDH came out, the main idea with that is to create this different universal frame end interface that allowed a lot easier for carbon manufacturers to build molds and stuff like that. So for us metal builders, it created some headaches, and especially the guys who like to use hooded dropouts. The real estate is a lot different, so very difficult for those guys to. I've managed to come up with this design. I've already used it quite a fair bit on my previous bikes, and as you can see, by utilizing the same interface dimensions at the dropout, these are mirror reversed across. They use the same hole, the same end spacing, 7mm from the UDH. The UBH runs through, and I suspect I'll end up with a similar fixing bolt that the axle can pass through to hold this in place. I don't know yet. And it's just fixed to the seat stay up in there. But one of the things I was alluding to yesterday when I was answering a few questions about why I did the UBH. As you can see there, if you did a different version of the seat stay to drop out, you ran that as a straight connection and curved the seat stay, you literally could have this these two pieces would be the same item. You wouldn't have to have a left and a right. So for the big production companies, that's going to save them a chunk of money and SKUs and different types. They can just have left and right dropouts. And if I introduced a bend into my tube rather than the dropout, I could do that as well. And also, if I took for the rear derailleur, the internal routing, instead of taking it through the end of the swing arm and took it through the tube through here, these could be symmetric, like the same as well. You just flip it over, and I could save myself some time. And not having a left and right, I can just make one version of those, and I can use it in both sides. So some thinking to be done there. But I thought I'd just explain what's going on with the frame. Everything kinematic-wise and geometry-wise is the same. I'm just improving the structure of it, making it a hell of a lot stronger than it currently is, even though it's a pretty strong frame now. And I have now the potential to save a little bit of weight if I want to, or I just keep it strong and keep it at the same weight, and go from there. So I thought I'd just run through that. There was a few questions on why the UBH. I'm just preempting where I think the industry is going to go. Not that I think I'm a smart ass for doing it. It's more that there's some clues within the industry about a few things that are happening that trying to bring all the specifications back in line. So unlike the car industry, we don't need different parts for each model. And when you've got common components spread across all the different brands and models, we need some real efficiencies in the interfaces between the frames and the components. So I think the UDH and the UBH are a good step in that direction. It just means that all the manufacturers know that they just have to make their frame to a 20 by 12.5 hole at the end and provide an anchor for the brake up on the seat stay, and we know that then that all the wheels are going to slot in, all the derailleurs are going to bolt on, all the brakes are going to fit without having a wheels manufacturing catalogue of parts to make it happen. So I see a lot of good things in it, and I'm on board. So anyway, thanks for watching. See yous.